Yes, we gotta light it up. We've got to light it up. You got to say that we're ready to light it up. Yes, bitches. Oh my God, thank you so much for the sub, guys. We're already, Hype Train is coming through. Oh my God. Look, can we please give it up for Bryce Quinlan over here?
Oh my God.
Oh my God, look at this bitch over here. Oh my God, through love, all is possible. Oh my God!
Well, I certainly don't want to kiss you. So
well,
just continue to guard me, I guess.
Thank you, because I will say I did have a husband that came in and was like, "Oh, you look so good. I like the tattoo on your head." And I said, "It's a slave relic. God damn it!"
Yeah. That was really uncalled for.
Very
I
uncalled
hope that
for.
He's upset.
Very uncalled for that he's saying these things about Hunt Applar. Kurt girl, thank you. That Hunt is serving cunt. And I appreciate you, Kurt girl, because
More
I know.
like cunt Applar.
Oh God, you're right. I am cunt Applar. Thank you. I'm feeling really good as him. I don't know if you can tell the sweat is out and it is real. And I am feeling it. And if this starts to sweat off, I should just let Hunt know maybe he should be sweating more.
And it will come off.
And it'll come off and he won't be a slave anymore and he won't have to kill
I will
for
say
the Asteri anymore.
In this nether realm, I would say maybe this might be hell. It's hot in here.
Yeah, hot in. So hot in here. But
Just,
we look great doing it. And that's what, again, people pay for this glow. You know I use snail mucin. It's not like I didn't muse up right before this.
You didn't, I know, usually you're digging out in front of the studio looking for snails in the dirt before it.
I'm jerking them all off, all their little snail dicks.
You can just buy it in the store.
What? I thought I gotta squeeze it out of them.
No.
Yes, thank you. I did put on jeans for this. I'm wearing my husband's jeans for this. And he's got a tiny little butt, so my ass crack is hanging out the back, but you ain't gonna see it.
And you know what else? Hunt's a short king.
Yeah, babe. You want me? You want me? You want my wings that are falling off already?
Yeah.
Oh, no, my wings
Don't wiggle
are
too
falling off. Well, maybe that's because they've been cut off.
Oh no, you guys, I hope you've read the pre-chapter for tonight because we're gonna talk about it. Everyone's read it, right? Not the bonus chapter, the prologue in the chapter 1 that's now on Sarah J. Maas's website.
We're talking about the prologue, we're talking about chapter 1. I will say we are going to discuss it this evening. So if you haven't read it, you might want to pause it, come back to this. It's going to be up on the Twitch. We are going to be spoiling things. All of it. We're talking about all of it. As much as we can in 2 hours.
Because we can't help you.
Yeah. Throwing of glass, we can't help you. And I want to say thank you guys to all the people that sent in theories from Throne of Glass, but I just started it. I did start it.
Oh, you did? I'm on book 2.
So I'm on my, I put down Iron Flame to start reading Throne of Glass. And I want everyone to understand what that means.
It's a lot less kissing in Throne of Glass.
I know, but I hear it's so good. And honestly, reading all these theories, I was like, well, now I definitely have to read this.
Oh yeah, no, I'm enjoying them, but everybody says you should start, a lot of people say start at the 3rd book, but I'm not gonna, I think I already said this on the show, but I need to read all of them. I know she was a child when she wrote the first 2, which, again, like I said, kind of glad I didn't hear about her kissing, because she was like a teenager at the time.
I'm glad that she wasn't like 13 writing about like, and then the pee-pee goes in the pee-pee. Like, I don't need to hear that.
Ugh.
I want long, in-depth, eat-out scenes. That's what we come here for.
You weren't, like, you didn't really know what that was at 13, did you? Like, I know you kind of did.
I think I kind of did, but I didn't know like all the way into it. I remember finding out what a blowjob was at a sleepover, probably around like 12 or 13.
And you went,
not because the dick was in my mouth, okay. Natalie.
Right.
Because all of a sudden I was like, what am I doing?
That is something that should be discussed in therapy, probably.
Yeah. Legal Queen says I would die for Aelin, and I'm between that and is it Rowan?
The characters shift.
We're not talking about Throne of Glass right now.
I can't.
We're not talking about Throne of Glass. We're talking about ACOTAR. We're talking about Crescent City.
Constantly trying to not get Throne of Glass
everyone's
spoiled.
going, OMG, Rowan!
No. I don't know who's good or bad.
We don't know who it is. We don't know anything about it.
Good or bad. I know nothing.
Bieber Hole says, Jackie would die to have a trauma dump sesh with you. I don't know if you want it, but I know you can handle it, and I appreciate that. So we're here to talk about, we've got, as you guys know, if you've read Crescent City, which I'm assuming that you have, there's a lot. It's a lot. we're not going to be able to do all of it in 2 hours. There's so many theories. She has intertwined so much of the world, and like down to like just like throwaway sentences that people would be like, but what, remember this sentence? I'm like, I don't remember that sentence, but it has to do with other things. And I lost my mind going down rabbit holes over this weekend. I kind of went a little crazy.
Well, you hadn't read them recently. I just reread them, so I have it fresh in my mind. But if you turn away from it for a moment, you're not going to remember any of the characters. There's so many, and we're going to go over some of them. We're going to go over some of the plot and all that.
Yes.
But we're not going to do it the whole time, because if you're here, you've probably read the books, and if you haven't, you're going to be really confused. And that's fine. If you just want to see two sweaty women sitting at a table in hell, we're here for that too.
But also it's sexy hell, look at the fog.
Yeah, and do you see this beautiful map?
We don't even have to have a regular one.
Lunathion.
It's not here in real life.
Don't countdown.
Oh,
And
yes,
also-
and we've got the countdown on the screen. Now, the countdown, it goes down to midnight Eastern Standard Time. Word on the street is that us on the Pacific Standard Time will receive it in our Kindles at 9 p.m. I don't know if this is true.
I don't know.
I put up my hands. I hope that it's true. All I know is that after this, I said, Natalie, do not look at me. Do not speak to me. The second this hits 9 p.m., I will begin to read. And I understand if everybody leaves at the second it shows up in your Kindle. There's no reason to be here. It is only reason to read.
Well, I think we're done anyway. So
Yeah, we're
that
gonna
works
end.
out.
We're gonna end then, so that it just happens to work out.
I'm gonna
great
say,
for them.
to be honest, I'm probably gonna wait till I get my hardback tomorrow. I like reading on a paper.
Yeah, hardback dick.
No, what? That doesn't make any sense, Jackie.
Yeah, I'm a cunt Athalaw.
Like your dick's a turtle with a shell?
Turtle. Yeah, it's like Dana
That's-
Carvey.
Yeah, that's super relevant comedy reference. Yeah, but
Yes!
I do believe
All right,
that
a lot of people are waiting for tomorrow. A lot of people are waiting for the hardback.
Yeah.
You're not the only one. I get it. I understand. I'm not going to do that, though.
I appreciate you and I respect you.
I read how could you do it? I read the prologue in the
Oh my
first chapter today, and I was just
God.
like, I was like, that's it. I'm so glad I didn't read it on Friday when it came out.
Oh, yeah.
I would have frothed all weekend.
Yeah, no, I waited till this morning as well, and I'm glad I did because I'm fresh with it, and I have a lot of excitement and opinions and things to say about it. And I bet you do too.
I do. Laura says, the content of the stream says I should put on my headphones on before my husband gets home. I don't think he'll understand cunt Athalar. Maybe this is the time to learn. I mean, I went to the liquor store right before this, dressed like this, and the woman behind the counter was like, and I was like, oh, there's this book that's coming out.
She made this face at you. She went,
You
I said, what, you've never seen a crown of
And
thorns?
I said, bitch, give me my white wine. I need my white wine. I talked to my bitches about my book.
And then you were escorted out by a
Yeah,
security
they asked me to
guard.
leave, but they did sell me the wine first. And so don't worry, get your wines up. What is everybody drinking? Let's talk. We have to be a little lit for by the time the book comes out.
A tiny bit.
Deech. Just deech.
I like one glass of wine if I'm going to sit down and read for a long time.
Yeah.
How about you?
Oh, yeah, have a glass of wine.
Yeah. I like it more than like...
I don't do that. I usually read in the morning. I'm lying to you. I lied to everybody. I just lied. I never drink with wine. I lie. I drink with coffee instead. Oh, I can't start this off with lies.
Well, I guess it's better than you drinking wine in the morning.
Or maybe I should start.
I mean, tomorrow morning's the day.
All right.
A Tuesday.
Well,
What else is anybody doing on a Tuesday?
I will say I do record page 7 at 8:30 in the morning.
Oh, whatever.
Or I could start drinking wine and be like, Natalie said I had to.
You mean Bryce, your mate?
I'm sorry, my mate said that I had to.
Yeah, again, spoiler. All spoilers today.
Spoiler. Yeah.
All right, should we just get into this? Because I don't know how long any of this is going to take. We have an hour and 45 minutes, and
Okay.
we have a lot to say.
Okay.
Eric, do you want to scoot me over to
God,
my...
quickly.
Yeah, I got a PowerPoint. I hope everybody's excited about it.
What?
All
Natalie
right.
sent me this today. I was like, girl, we have got 45 hours worth of content. I feel like both of us came in being like, we're going to do what we did with ACOTAR. It's like, but we have 2 hours to
Yep,
do it.
2 hours.
And that is just not enough time.
Nope.
but it's enough time for a PowerPoint.
Oh, it is, and it's a sloppy one. So just get ready for some sloppy
You
pee.
know what Conathlon likes.
Sloppy pee over here.
Oh yeah, sloppy pee.
Okay, so I don't know how to begin to summarize this entire series. If you're watching this, as I said, I hope you've at least skimmed the books because you will be confused.
Yes, and also this is just a reminder too for people that haven't been able to reread because again, there's so much that happens, and I get it. Someone was saying earlier that they watched a recap, and the recap was 3 hours long. Mm-hmm. It took me an hour and 45 minutes to read the in-depth recap of one of the books today.
Yeah, but we don't need to know every single detail to talk about it today.
We don't never tell.
We don't need to. We can get the overview. Right?
Dr. Gibbets says, genuinely, what's this about? This is great. Hold on to your butts, Dr. Gibbets, because we're about to find out.
Are you just here to just visit?
I think it's great.
They just
I think it's fun.
To know?
Maybe they want to get seduced by the world of Sarah J. Maas, and isn't that what we're all here for?
I mean, this is, if anything, this will do it.
Yeah.
I gotta read these books. So Bryce Quinlan is a wild and free party girl who is half human and half fae. She lives in a city on a planet called Midgard. The city is Lunathian, which is nicknamed Crescent City and is also the name of the university where Bryce met her crew.
I know we have to talk about Danica today, but
I say Danica. Does anybody say Danica? I say Danica.
Because I feel like you're about to rip their face off if they say Danica. No,
I'm just saying that's what I think it is, and if you say the other way, it's probably incorrect.
All right, Alyssa says, haven't finished book 1 yet, but I'm here for all the spoilers, and I like where your head's at.
Cool. Her core group of friends are?
Depends. Depends on what part of the books you're talking about.
Danica, a wolf shifter, security guard, kind of?
Yeah.
Fury, some kind of veneer assassin.
Yes.
Juniper, a fawn ballerina. They also hang out with Danica's wolf pack of other 20-somethings, and they're wild and free.
How much I want to roll with this crowd so fucking hard.
Well, you know what? Okay, so I have a consideration that maybe, I don't know if she's ever said what she's basing Lunathian on, but it reminds me of Philadelphia so much, and maybe that's because I spent part of my sticker.
Shmia's audiobook says Dan Icka.
Dan Icka? There's no.
No, that's
Dan Icka?
silly. That's silly.
That's silly. There's no silliness in this.
Or maybe you just mean Danica. I don't know. I just brought it all to a pause. I can do that whenever I want.
It's true.
I bring it all to a crashing halt.
Okay. If anybody has ever lived in Philly, is there anything about Lunathian that reminds you of Philadelphia? Because it feels like the grids are set up the same. It has the same kind of names of the sections of the city. And where they hang out reminds me so much of Philly and different areas of Philly where I used to hang out. And I know her husband is from outside of Philly and they lived there for a while. And I want to know if it's based on it. Because what they're doing at the beginning of the movie, when everything is bad, is what my life was in my 20s. I was doing this.
You mean a lot of fun?
Yeah, a lot of mistakes. Then everyone dies. Okay.
Stop!
So we meet an entire cast of characters. I loved that she did this.
This was I couldn't believe. Like, were you so blown away the first?
Yeah, I was not anticipating.
They literally introduced you to all these amazing characters, and then they fucking kill them all.
So yeah,
right up top.
And also you're figuring out everybody's place, and you're like, okay, this is this person.
R.I.P. Connor. Can we pour one out for Connor? I'm pouring one into my mouth.
This is expensive equipment.
I'm pouring it into my mouth. Because how hot was Connor in your head? Because he was real fine in mine. He
was definitely handsome, but he's not my type. I'm gonna go on. Let me say that.
Really? Because you're not into the fawning forever?
I have to say I'm not into an Ethan either. It's just like a sport guy thing. I'm not into it.
But they're wolves.
I know, but they're also like lacrosse players.
Yeah. See, in my head, they're more like rugby boys.
I mean, that's cool too. And then it's like, I'm like, ew, yuck, bleh. I just, they're not at the top of my list.
Oh my God, cheesy manicotti. Jackie, how do you look 20 years old right now? It's the Conathlon. It's because of what I'm giving.
The contour.
Yeah, I did put a bunch of contour in. I don't know if you could see underneath my neck, and I put it up here. It's slight.
I hope that you're going to start a trend for Zoomers to get a barbed wire tattoo across their forehead.
I think that it would be sad because every time I see it, I would just be like, I'm sad for your life and whatever you have to do to not be a slave anymore.
Yeah, it's true. You're right.
Thank you.
You want to get him out of there.
Oh my God, yes! Lehingle Lemon, I'm here for Rune! Okay, Rune.
Oh, buddy, don't worry.
Boom, boom. Yeah, but then they rip out his...
No, we're not there yet. We're not there yet. We gotta.
Did you read the first chapter yet?
Bryce goes from a party girl to quiet employee of Jessica, owner of Griffin Antiquities, which is after all of her friends die, there's a big cut in time, and then suddenly she's just like not doing the party girl thing anymore. She's like, I can't handle this. All of my friends died. Everybody who's alive is mad at me for some reason. I'm just gonna be this sort of liaison for this fucking mommy. Love me some Jessica.
Oh man, someone fan casted Charlize Theron as Jessica,
100%.
and I was like, fuck yes.
Yeah. And so she's, just living her life. But then Bryce gets called in to help find the creature who killed all of her friends by the archangel who runs the city of Lunathion, whose name is Micah.
Frau Schnitzer says, LOL, they all fucking died? Yeah! It's so upsetting!
Yeah.
It's so upsetting! You immediately love these characters, they're all dead!
Yeah, they all die. It's brutal. They all get fucking mutilated too. They're just like body parts.
Ripped to shreds.
She doesn't, so Bryce is not into this, but Micah, because of the...
Not into all of her friends dying?
No, I don't know why. She's like, talking about having a Monday.
Honestly, yes, Alex Marie, worse than the Red Wedding. Straight up, worse than the Red Wedding. More, I dare say.
The Red Wedding did...
it blew me away, especially reading the books, having no idea that was going to happen after books of falling in love with them. I will throw that out there. But I thought that this whole world was going to be with all of these characters. And when you just start a book that you're world building in, and then you completely kill all the characters, it's kind of a boss-ass move.
It is kind of baller. And I love where it goes, but you don't know that's going to happen like whatsoever at the beginning of the book. But now this archangel, who is the species in their world that runs everything other than the Asteri, which we'll get into. But they are like the top of the pile, and they run all of the like government and all that stuff.
Right.
And so Micah's the one who runs Lunathion. He wants Bryce to come in and help them find the creature, which is called a Crystallos, that killed all of her friends.
How are you just talking so easily about Micah? Like, how are you just like, Micah?
Because I know what happens to that fucker. I know he gets his comeuppance.
Natalie, you're so good at this. You're so good. I immediately just like, I just want to scream about how much I hate Micah.
But I love your passion.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's why we're mates.
That is why we're mates.
So she doesn't want to, but she's kind of forced into. Once an archangel says that you have to do it, you got to do it. You don't really have a choice.
Yeah.
So she begins this process by being guarded 24/7 by an angel working for the government named Orion, but he goes by Hunt, aka the Umbra Mortis. Named. I should have brought you a skeleton mask.
Yeah, you should have.
Where is? I need to get you a full body.
I'm the Umbra Mortis.
Do you think he screams that? It's not
As
very
he comes.
Stealthy.
No, if he came and he screamed, Umbra Mortis!
Oh, you're talking
as
about
he was
coming
coming inside of me?
Oh, I meant as he walks in the door, but I guess also.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's not just like, Umbra Mortis. Oh, Umbra Mortis.
Wait, is that him coming or going in the door?
No, that was him hitting himself and being like, oh, like a shoot.
I don't know. Okay. So
also, yes, Henry Cavill is literally every fucking SJM character. And Tumuli says, just talking about Henry Cavill, that Hunt could play Henry Cavill. Or Henry Cavill could play Hunt.
More like Hunt could play Henry Cavill.
God, please.
So he's named so for his killing abilities and his powerful lightning skills.
Oh my God, and I was explaining to Jeff right before we left, and I was like, oh my God, he controls lightning. And then he was like, oh, is his father Thor? And I was like,
oh my God.
Shut up. Like, no, not next.
He's
We're not
really
even getting the theories yet.
He's blown it tonight with all of these statements.
I know. I was like, it's like you don't know anything about Thor, okay? It's like you don't know anything about Thor. Yeah, it sounds a lot like Thor, okay?
It does sound a lot like Thor.
It sounds a lot like Thor,
but it's
maybe.
Not. It's Thor. Okay, it's Thor. And
maybe. We've got maybes in chat.
And Bryce totally doesn't want to kiss Hunt. When he's like, sitting outside guard of her apartment. She's like walking around in her underwear because like she's just being Bryce. It's not because she like wants to seduce him, okay?
Yeah, she just
so we're clear.
effortlessly does. Accidentally.
Oopsie. So they call him angels too, right? Is Hunt a Malachim?
Yeah, he's an angel.
Somebody tell me which angel he is. Malachim? I forget.
It says Malachim, and then it just says angels, so I don't know if that is the overarching...
I think it's maybe a species of angel? Somebody get a Sarah on the phone.
Board Seed says Malachim is the angel race.
Yes, okay, got it.
It's a class. Okay, great.
All right.
Says it's a class.
I'm sweating my ass off. I have to take my jacket off first.
Well, all right, light it up, bitch. Through love, all things are possible, yes.
All right, now I'm taking it off. Holy crap.
Hell yeah.
Here we go.
Look at her go. Oh, my wings are crooked. It's almost like they're just shoved into my little warrior outfit. Yeah, bitch.
Not me over here seducing Hunt.
I know. Stop taking off your clothes in front of me.
Oh my God, I'm so hot. This is what she did. This is what she did. Is that your boner?
Yeah, this is my boner. It's my belt boner.
Very.
Watch out, Natalie. He's coming for you.
It's a very pointy boner. That is awful.
I mean, you get more flies with honey.
I don't know if that's
Never
true.
forget.
Very pointy boner.
But no, we're barely into book one. Yes.
Okay, we gotta go.
726, we're barely into book one.
This was my next point anyway. Antics ensue for thousands of pages. So that is the rough overview.
Yes.
There's a lot of stuff that happens, right?
Thank you, Noacito.
Legitimately, I don't know how to sum any of this up, but I'd like to say thank Erd for whoever Yaz.the.bookish is, because truly they are doing the mother's work over here.
Thank you.
Because they made a bunch of these.
Whoa, characters index!
So please, big shout out to that content creator. Go check them out. They made complete comprehensive like breakdowns of the world building, of who's connected to who, of what happens here, the timelines. And this is the character index, partial character index of people that you need to know what's happening in these books. So clearly,
there's so many characters.
We cannot go over all of that.
So many characters.
We simply cannot.
It's laughable how much happens in these books.
Yeah. So if you're watching this after the live stream, feel free to pause.
Yeah.
Just look it over.
Yeah.
I can't help you. Okay. I can't. But here's a couple things. This is the main, obviously, Bryce Quinlan.
She's so hot.
Every single
She's just so hot.
picture I have in here, I've tried to find only things that are tagged with the artist. Please support them. A lot of them have Patreons. I just want to show off the art that, like, really a lot of the art makes the book so much more fun to read.
Lots of gooshes in chat. Yes.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, let's get your goosh up. I mean,
If
she
you guys-
is a thick bitch.
If you guys are not looking up different artists who are doing art for these books, you have to. It's such a nice supplement to reading the books.
Honestly, it's
So
a great
many
way.
good-
That's what you do before your partner gets home from work. Start looking at these pictures. Put on some of that, like the goosh, the goosh juice, like some like Warman goosh juice down there. Start looking at all these, and then you're primed and ready for your partner to be home.
Oh, I thought you were saying rub one out before they get home and then just take care of it.
No, I'm saying share it with them.
That's nice. That's very
or
nice.
Or rub one out and have a great time by yourself. Honestly, that also sounds great too.
Yeah, there's some good ones out there, I'm telling you. Okay, this is her posse. We got Bryce, we got Danica, or Danica, as some people say. Juniper here, and Fury. And I've also put up, you see, they become more than friends.
Yeah, man. Yeah, they do. I mean, talk about, can we also please, how hot are Fury and Juniper?
Amazing. Yeah, everybody's fucking insanely hot. We know, we get it, all right?
I'm sorry. I'll get past the gooshing section.
I don't at all. I love that every single character is like hotter than the last character. It's my favorite.
Yeah.
But then see, I've been on a Robin kick. I feel like this is what they're dancing to in the scene. Look at Bryce go.
Yeah, man. Yeah, let her go. Let her go.
But you know what this night is? It's the last night they're ever together.
You're gonna... And also, Etchumility says, June is the Elaine of Crescent City. No shame. And you're so fucking right.
The Elaine?
You're so fucking right.
Juniper's a ballerina.
Fawn. I'm just a ballerina.
Oh, Elaine.
I'm just
oh
a
my
baby.
God. Jackie, I just did the thing you did where I thought you were talking about Elaine from
Elaine from Seinfeld. We are in the middle and we are talking about the books, Natalie. What are you, a me? She starts dancing like this.
You just literally did this the other day. Okay, yes, I forgot. There is a different Elaine that's not that Elaine. Because Juniper clearly has slightly better dance skills than Elaine from
Yes,
Seinfeld.
yeah.
But yes, I do agree. She's a little bit of an Elaine. Don't hate her for it. Actually, I think Juniper's been cool. Like, I want to see more from Juniper, but I think she's a cool character.
Yes.
We got, Natalie right there.
You know he's jerking off in this picture, right?
Okay, there's a lot of. I feel like Hunt's actually one of the most differently drawn. Drawn. Can you do that same pose?
Oh yeah, you want me to? Well, I think I have to undo my.
Oh my God, which one's which? Here, wait. Do you want the hat?
Yeah.
Put your hat on backwards.
I'm not jerking. I'm just waiting for Bryce to get home. I'm not jerking.
I feel like this is actually. This is him. Put your belt away. This is. I assume this is him seducing Bryce in the picture, right?
I imagine it is.
Because this is after now he's been invited in the house at the beginning of the book.
He's hanging out. He's on the white couch. We know she's got the white couch.
Because in the beginning he's not allowed in her house, but eventually she's like, I guess you can come in here or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, you can just like lift your shirt up a little bit.
Stay with me and like, take care of me. Yuck. I'm so not into him.
So this is one of my favorites of him. And I feel like he's one of the characters that's drawn the most differently. I think there's such a wide array. Yeah. And while he's not my top guy of any of the books, I love him. I think he's fucking wonderful.
Wait a second. Do you not want to bang Hunt Athlor?
Of course I want to bang Hunt Athlor.
All right. I was like, I don't know if we can continue.
No.
If you don't want to have sex with Hunt Athlor, like, you're my mate, Natalie.
I would, yeah. So I'm not as Bryce, of course, and also as Natalie.
Okay, Honey Sky Cat. I mean, real good question. Who is your top male in all of it then?
Reese.
Okay, Reese is forever your top. This is good we have to know these things.
Yeah. You.
Cassian.
Oh, totally. Get it. Yeah. Although I will say I haven't met all of the Throne of Glass people yet. So.
I also have that doesn't include Throne of Glass yet, so I can't include. We've got lots of Cassians. We've got some Rowans, we've got some Reeses, got some Cassians. And also a Rune is high up there for me.
I was assuming it was gonna be all runes.
Yeah. Rune's pretty high up there as well.
So this is them together. I love this one on the left here. This is a great picture when this is like right at the beginning, when he's still kind of like. She's like, I don't care. And he's like, oh, I hate following this hot girl around.
Oh, yeah, and just watching her ass. Like how many times he would just like accidentally look at her ass.
Oh, I didn't mean to. Oh. And there's Syrinx, their pet.
Oh, look at those girls. Carvy's perfect.
Carvy looks like Syrinx.
He does look like Syrinx.
Just kidding. This is, what? Oh, I had a different Bryce in there. I think I accidentally put her in the wrong place. But here's Rune Danan.
Yeah.
So I assumed this was going to be most people's go-to.
Really?
Yeah. Do we not have a bunch of runes?
I mean, we've got some Rune Daddy. We've got some Rune Daddies coming through right now.
Again, a lot of the mistakes I made in my 20s looked quite a bit like this. So again, Philly-centric.
Yeah, we've got Honey Skycat just in all caps. Rune Danan, Crown Prince of the Valmerian Fae!
Yes.
Yeah.
Love him. Again, also, he's, spoiler, a twin essentially to Reese on, so.
Well, that's it. Kurd Girl just said Rune is okay, but he's like an immature Reese.
Yeah. I mean.
Yeah. Which is also kind of fun because like he hasn't learned everything yet. You know what I mean?
He's also younger than Reese, because Reese isn't 500 plus.
Yeah.
And Rune is 70s, 80s, I think?
So he's still a beeb.
He's just a little baby.
Yeah.
Here's his buddies. We've got...
Oh my God, these boys. This is another. I want to hang out with them so badly. I will say, I love Declan, I love Flynn, I love all of them. But if I'm gonna choose, and I hate to say this, Bat Boys v these boys, I'm gonna choose the Bat Boys.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. Again, I didn't mean to sound so insulting there, everybody. If you're a fan of this group, they're fine.
Declan's the most underrated. I agree. You're right.
I love it. He's our nerd LGBT representation.
Yes.
Love it. I will say that the friends remind me a little bit of the friends of Logan from Gilmore Girls, where they're just like, they haven't developed them enough yet for me to like really pay attention that much.
There's still definitely more side characters, but I bet in this next book there's going to be a lot more about them.
I bet.
I bet about that.
And then this is also Ethan. Of course, he's another wolf. He's Connor's little brother.
And I never had a thing for Ethan in my brain either. I always wanted, in my brain I wanted Connor, but that's because he's passed. He's passed. And I can just dream of him now.
Is that your New York Italian coming out of you?
Yeah.
Because he's passed.
He's passed. If you whisper it, then it's like he's not dead. That's what they don't tell you in Queens.
Oh, I got it. Yeah, not my style, but of course he's gonna be super hot.
Yeah.
We don't even really talk about it in this, but like I really found it interesting that there was like he saved the mystic at the end of the second book, and we like something's gonna happen there.
Something's gonna happen with that mystic. I know we're not talking about theories yet.
But yeah, so those are the boys that live in the stinky house.
In their stinky little house where they're like making out with fawns.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That scene at the beginning of the second book.
When he's eating out the fawn. Yeah, I remember. You'd think it would be difficult with the hooves in the way, but I guess you just push them hooves right out your face.
Push them out of the way. This is also just a picture I love of all of them. Here's a couple extra characters. We got a Therion in there. We got a Hypaxia. Hypaxia is a witch. Therion is a merman.
I will throw it out there. Of all of them, Therion is the one I wanted to bang least, and I think it's just because of him and the River Queen's daughter and everything.
Yeah.
Where he's like, I got betrothed to you because I wanted to fuck you, and now I'm betrothed to you, and I'm like, oh, that makes me not want to kiss you.
Yeah, I mean, like I would.
Thank you, Laura. Okay, I'll say it. Therion is annoying. I do kind of feel like Therion's not my favorite character, but he's flawed in a way that I think is good. That like somebody's got to be fucking flawed.
Yeah, and I also think we're going to see development in his character, but like he's being thoroughly punished for his behavior. He is literally a servant to this queen, who I kind of like weirdly. I don't like her. She's not a good character, like as a human or as a merman.
Merman.
But I like the character. Merman Ethel. Yes, Merman Ethel.
I live in the sea. I fuck in the sea, bitch. Oh, don't put the sea in me. I'm not gonna continue.
You sure?
I could.
You want to?
But I won't.
You more? Okay.
I had a dream.
Just another little Therion for there.
Yeah.
See, I like this image of him. I find that sassy.
Ooh, yeah. Oh no, he's sassy. Oh, he's definitely sassy. And not like the cat in Homeward Bound.
I like in this image, he's got a little femme to him, which I find very
I'm
sexy.
more into that, yes, for sure.
I just like, this is just a couple greatest hits of characters. I'm not gonna go through every fucking character.
Do you have to understand, Natalie and I, we straight up were just like, how are we gonna dress one of the characters from Crescent City? The characters are so fucking amazing and have such cool costumes. I'm so mad that we can't be I wanna dress like the River Queen.
Yeah, there's so many. I wanted to be Viper, Viper. Oh my God,
the Viper Queen. Yeah.
The Viper Queen. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to dress like her, and you were gonna do that too, maybe. But.
I know, but then the green screen,
This is clothes we had at our house already.
Yeah. Is that sad?
Is it sad? I don't know.
I had to buy a tighter black shirt though to control my guns.
Oh my God!
Yeah, I got these guns. They're flappy on purpose. I like them better flappy. I keep them like this.
I think you're perfect.
Thank you. Hunt would say that.
A couple of my favorite characters I just pulled up. Also, I love this artist. She has a Patreon, but I believe hers is called Clutch Your Pearls.
Ooh, okay.
Highly recommend. It is not safe for work. Also, just Mommy Jessica.
Jessica.
I mean, she
Again,
looks like
Charlize Theron,
right
yes.
here. Totally. We got to do a little Baxian, aka the Hellhound.
We didn't even know we wanted to kiss Baxian, and now we want to kiss Baxian.
Also, the mate of Danica. We learned
yeah.
towards the end of the second book.
Oh, yeah.
They're mates. He's a double agent.
Although it was sad for a while. I remember when I kept reading the second book and I was like, wait, Pollux is a good one or Baxion's a good one? Pollux is a good one or Baxion's a good one? Because literally the X in their name that I was like, they both have an X in their name and I always forget which one's a good one.
Not only that, we learn all of these characters and then they each have 2 names. So then it was like, is the Hind the good one? No. What's the other one?
The Hind to the Harpy?
The Harpy. It's like, which one?
I don't know, man. The H nicknames, Yakynama, yes!
Then I gotta do a little bit of the Viper Queen. You gotta show her. Pop her up there. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there we go.
God. But again,
look how hot this fit is.
Can you imagine me as the meat on a Viper Queen and Amaranth sandwich is all I'm saying. Bobs everywhere, yeah. I'm covered in mayo and I'm just like sliding between them both.
You're the ham, you're the salami.
Yeah, I could be.
Yeah.
Whatever kind of meat they want me to be, I'll be processed.
All right, salty?
Yeah.
All right, I just want to also throw this up here quickly. We don't have to talk through all this, but like this is another one from Yaz the Bookish. Yeah. Holy shit, thank you so much for doing this. Shows the breakdown of the different parts of what we know of Midgard so far. Shows all the gates, because the gates are very important if you read the books. Important. And then the breakdown of the houses, which is how the books are being broken down. So we've got the House of Many Waters awaits us in the future somewhere.
Oh yeah. We're going to get myrrh up in here, but not yet.
Was that a pun?
No.
Oh.
Okay. Just myrrh. There's going to be myrrh around, you know.
Getting myrrh around.
If we're in the water, I guess.
We're myrrhing in the water.
Yeah, we are.
Okay,
so much overlaps between okay, so where are we at?
We're going to the prologue. We're going to where it all has now started for the book. Now we've all had this access to this first couple little bits.
Yes.
Hopefully you've read it. So we start off in the prologue and we are in a Lydia POV. And Cormac and Rune's dads are in front of the Asteri.
Okay, so what I want to go ahead and say is I appreciated how many theories we got talking about the Autumn King. So many people talking about what the Autumn King is going to be doing in Crescent City 3. You know, we finally have his name. What's it? I have
it in the notes coming up. It's like Erod.
Yeah, I've never said it aloud. Can you tell? I've only seen it in print. Einar, Kurt Girl says. Einar. And a lot of people have like coming through talking about the fact that like, is the Autumn King going to step up in the third book? Is he going to protect Rune? Is he going to protect Bryce?
Because I will say he's doing that morally gray thing where he never full out goes like, I want to see her head on a platter in front of me. Like it always feels like he's a little bit alluding, but is he actually going to do anything, or is he just going to sort of be like a putz?
We got no he won't. We've got I think so's. It's all across the board because a lot of people writing in seem to think that he's going to turn good. He's going to have quite an arc in this next book.
He has not had a save the cat moment, but he did have that moment where he was tiny bit sad when Bryce was going to die on camera. You know?
A little bit, but also, yeah, Pippa, no, he didn't claim Bryce until he was forced.
Again, though, I could see this being a mass, like, there was a reason for it. We don't know.
We don't know yet. And you're right. Sweet Lane says he did want to discover the same things Bryce did or already did. And you're right. And so maybe he was doing that to get the information. Was he doing it to help them or was he doing it to get the information? Does he want the power? Does he want the family? I think that like now seeing him not stick up for Rune, but kind of stick up for Bryce.
Again, I could see it being like he's doing the same thing. He could be doing the same thing that Lydia's doing, which is like, I have to convince the Asteri that I am against him.
Yes.
I have to make it look as bad as possible.
Right.
So I don't know. I think he could.
And also, yeah, Happy Cryptid. Yeah, he beat / scarred Rune. We know, like with his firepower. But also, again, we see the ability, especially with how Mass writes, of characters to change and to grow and to learn.
Or things that we don't know that suddenly doesn't justify, but there's like an understanding of what happened there a little bit more. Like there was that
and
moment.
yes, Raven Queen, the whole thing about why Rune has tattoos fucking guts me.
Yeah,
it's
that's
horrible.
like horrifying.
It's horrifying.
And also,
which for those of you that forgot, he has all the tattoos to cover up the scars from his father torturing him when he was younger.
Yeah, with the burn scars.
Yeah.
But also, there's that moment too where he's like with Bryce, and he's trying to convince her that the thing he regrets most is striking her mother. It's just like so weird because he has like so little empathy throughout it, and then she shows these moments of being like, "I'm sorry." It's like, I don't know if that's enough, bro. But
yeah, but hopefully you're gonna like work on this more in the third book.
We'll see. Okay.
Also,
so,
yeah, Majestic like, also, can we give it up for how anti-establishment these books are? I mean, it is really great.
I really also love how she
overthrow your captors.
But I also really love how she addresses that sometimes the rebellion's corrupt as well.
Of course.
That there's never just
Pippa
like
Spestos.
Oh, Pippa, are we kidding with you? What are you doing? She's dead. So
good.
Wait, no, she didn't die.
No,
she didn't die.
But hopefully she will.
I hope so. It's all I think about at night.
That's sad.
Yeah, it's really gross and weird. So, reminder also that the main crew, what do they call this? I think they call them Team Fuck You or something. Team something in the books. But the main crew from the books,
yes,
they came in and they destroyed a bunch of the Rebels' equipment because the Rebels had gone crazy. So they destroyed some of that, and then Cormac died whenever he's blowing up all the Asteries biomech things as well.
Which also, can we pause for how hot Cormac is?
Especially, I don't think I put it in the slides, but look up some of the fan art, because like, I didn't think of him as that hot, and then I was like, oh wait.
And he's got that fucking brogue in the audiobooks as well.
Oh,
which
I didn't listen to
those. And like, he's bad, but then he's good, but then like...
They have him as like an Irish? Interesting.
Yeah. Well, I won't get into all that yet. We're going to get into theories soon. But then that's also the question, is he dead?
I think he's, maybe
there are
not.
some theories that he is not dead yet. Now, this isn't necessarily people that have written in, but I kind of got lost in the Reddit theories too, of just like, did he, like, they saw him explode, essentially.
They saw him like die in basically fire.
Yes.
Right?
But he can also shift, and he can also winnow.
Whoa!
So like, is he, we don't know. Whoa. And so I'm just throwing, Honey's Got Cat, we never saw a body. And with his father talking about it in the prologue, talking about like, what am I gonna do, take the ashes anyway? I won't give him a proper burial, which makes me like, fuck daddy. And I think daddy is bad daddy.
Trash.
That's bad daddy.
Trashy daddy.
I don't know. I think Cormac might still be alive.
That's fair. I always just assumed because his love was dead that he was just like following her into the dark.
Oh,
like
God,
the song.
I'll follow you into the dark. Don't.
I already did. It's too late. But I will say that makes sense. I always immediately wrote him off being like, he's with Sophie.
Oh, God, him being in love with Sophie Renasse, though.
Yeah. I wish we would have met her more.
Yeah, I wish we had known more about her, but maybe we will get... I hope we get more Thunderbird stories.
How are we going to learn everybody's... There's so many characters. How are we going to learn everybody's story?
I don't know. I have 1 million books. Didn't you just say that you just signed another 6-book deal?
Yeah, but it's for another series.
No! What about these series?
No, I think she's still it. I mean, we're getting an Elaine book. We're definitely... We're getting one. At least one. But also,
we're getting one. We're definitely getting one. Especially after, oh my God, that Azrael chapter. But all right.
Oh, the bonus? We're going to do a full podcast episode about the bonus chapters. So if you guys haven't read them yet, you should totally.
Yes.
Okay. So now we're in a Lydio POV, and we're in front of the Asteri, and then she goes down with her stupid boyfriend, who everybody hates because he sucks, and they go down to the torture chambers.
It's not her fault.
It's not. It's so hard because
when she like screams in the second book, when she's like or not screams, but like is going on about like, you don't understand what sacrifice is.
Yeah.
What I've had to fucking do to get this far.
Yeah.
And like, oh God, that scene when he like wakes her up to like force her to have sex with him. I can't wait for Pollux to die!
Oh, you know it's gonna be a spectacular
Oh my
day.
god, I can't wait for him to die!
But so they go down to the torture dungeons, and Rune, Backseat, and Hunt are getting the saw treatment. They are literally being chained up, and body parts are being shaved off. So Hunt's wings were sawed off, and as you'll recall, they grow back. Everybody's body parts grow back.
Yeah, but they put the Gorsican handcuffs on them, so they like their healing slows down to that of a human's, and they feel every second of it.
Yeah, so it's not cool. And also they're like with Rune, like his lip ring got ripped out and just like hanging like this and like, but it's not sexy. It's like the bad
it's like
kind.
totally not sexy. It's like totally torture instead.
And also as a reminder, Hunt's halo returned at the end of the second book. So after they get all in big trouble, they get caught, and Bryce is like, I gotta get to hell. And she jumps through the portal and disappears into where? Polaris?
Oh my God.
They capture the others, and you just see Hunt's tattoo like being like ground back onto his forehead. And you're like, no!
No!
He just got away!
Ugh.
So Lydia is down there, and she is torn between her internal life and her need to be the hind. We say the hind, right?
I say the hind.
Really? Who says the hind and
But
who says the
also
hind?
just because of the audiobook.
They say the hind?
Yeah.
Man, I always said the hind.
But that's okay.
I think the hind sounds better.
Like the Dinberg? Like you're just shortening it. You're shortening down. Oh man, when that hind went down. Yikes!
Do you know there was an acrobat who escaped the Hindenburg by acrobating out of the window when it got close to the ground?
Whoa! Through the noxious gases?
Mm-hmm. It's pretty cool.
Hind is a butt.
Who likes hind better? Does
I
anybody
think a
like
lot of
hind
people
better?
are saying hind.
Fuck all of you. It's all the others who are wrong.
It's all the others are wrong. Everyone else is wrong.
So Lydia needs to be the hind. It reminds me of Heine. I don't know.
Yeah,
why.
like a hind quarters.
So in front of Pollux.
Right, Honey Sky Cat agrees with you though.
Thank you. We're together in this alone.
Cheesy
That's right.
Manicotti says it like you, and you love Cheesy Manicotti.
I do love a manicotti. So she has to do this act in front of the Asterion of Pollux, and she is trying to get Rune to talk to her mind to mind in the scene, and he is staring at her with hate in his eyes, and he refuses to open his
What
mind
do we
up.
think? Do we forgive the Hind? How do we feel about the Hind working as a secret agent, connecting with Rune, essentially falling in love with him?
I do forgive her, but I also understand why Rune feels the hatred. I understand. He's in the middle of a torture porn.
We've got
he's
lots of
hostile
forgives.
right now.
We get lots of forgives in chat. We got lots of forgives.
But I can understand if he didn't feel good about it
Especially
anymore.
at where he is currently. I would say also like, bitch, you are literally gonna torture me probably to death. So I'm not so lovey-dovey right now.
Well, especially because when he wouldn't answer, the end of that little prologue is her saying, get the barbed wire instead.
Get the
Jesus.
barbed wire instead.
Good
Man,
Lord.
that's why I was like, I can't wait to continue reading because it was so upset. Like the beginning of this next book is so upsetting.
I will say to Rune, if you guys get in a couple, don't piss her off.
Yeah. No.
He didn't talk to her one time. She's like, balls, barbed wire balls.
Barbed wire balls,
Rip her
man.
off.
It's not gonna be good. It's not gonna be good. I like that they couldn't cut off Rune's wings or anything, so they're just like,
I mean, that would hurt.
of course it would hurt, but also it's just like, come on, guys.
I mean, you don't know what else they did. What if they cut off his peen?
Stop! They didn't cut off his peen.
I mean, it grows back. Not like in Game of Thrones.
Would the peen grow back?
All of it grows back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so it's not just wings. Okay. Well, I hope he didn't, but if it did, as long as it comes back.
Unless it's like really, I think the way that like Lucian's eyes, like it's so cursed.
Yeah.
So if they cursed his dick.
Oh God,
I don't know
that
what's
would
going
be
on.
bad. No one wants a cursed dick at home.
If there's one thing that Lydia's gonna protect, it's that crotch.
Okay, Lil Chef Vic says, Hunt said his dick would grow back. It would just suck to lose it. Okay, great.
Okay, great, cool. We're all fine.
Yeah, we're fine.
So now we're going over to chapter 1 and we're with Bryce. And Bryce is in Valaris, motherfuckers.
And so it did answer a lot of the questions that we had received from people sending in theories that we're talking about, like, you know, someone brought up, like, is Elaine gonna pop up? Because Elaine wasn't at the end of the second book. Like, what is she off doing? And like, and who is in the room with them when she shows up? This is all answered from this chapter.
Yes. And so, yeah, the end of the second Crescent City leaves us on this amazing cliffhanger where she suddenly is on the lawn of the river house and Az is there. And you're just like, what? Holy shit. And then the guy goes, my name is Rizand. And you're like, whoa!
Gush, 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 gush. I mean, the second, like Azriel just like, and the shadows moved around there. I was just like, oh, it's him. It's
So that's where she is, but now they are in the same chamber where they took all of the hypnotized Autumn Court soldiers. That's
oh my God, Lil Shepard says Azriel saying, explain or die, had me screaming.
Yeah.
Yes, 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 yes.
I know it's toxic, but it's hot. Yeah. So they're in that same room with the grate with the beasts underneath it, and they're trying to talk to the Autumn Court soldiers, except this time it's Reese, Az, and Amryn, and they're just talking to her. They're not like doing torture stuff to her.
Sorry, real quick. Only watches. Bot says, woo, I just finished the first 2 just now. Dude, only watches right now. Go read the prologue and the first chapter. That's what we're talking about right now. Go read it over on SJM's website because they've already released the prologue and the first chapter. So go read it.
And we're talking about it. So if you don't
Okay, I just finished those. Okay, great. All right, great.
So right now we're on the beginning of the chapter 1, and they're in the interrogation room. But they're not doing tortures. So
no, of course not. Not right away.
As they interrogate Bryce, they come to the realization as they're all talking and trying to like piece together. We're in Bryce's POV, and she's like, I can't tell them everything, but like they obviously have a bunch of powers and are able to like smell her lies and do all the things that they can do. And so she's trying to like maneuver it without saying too much. And as they're talking, they all come to a realization that the sword Gwydion is also the Star Sword. It's the same sword, everybody.
It's insane. Did I have to look up what Gwydion meant? Yes, I did, because I didn't understand.
There's a lot of words.
It's a lot. It's a lot of lore. There's a lot going on with the sword. But I feel like there's going to be a lot more with the sword happening in Crescent City 3, because now, so we're talking star power. We're talking she's in the place where she was like essentially meant to be. So do you think, which I mean, I know your answer, but like how much stronger do you think she's going to be in this world? Now, like between having the Star Sword, which, Natalie,
I know,
you threw your Star Sword on the floor.
I'm sorry. I know, I never clean up after myself.
Please.
It's definitely not a Wonder Woman sword, so don't you fucking ever say it.
Look at how tiny his little butt is. His little tiny butt.
Are you saying yourself in the third person?
His little tiny butt.
Oh, you got a nice little butt there.
I was talking about my husband's butt.
His
pants keep falling down over my butt.
You're wearing his pants.
I'm wearing his pants.
Your ass looks great.
Thank you. Yeah, they're gonna train her, Pippino. So they're gonna train her. So it's like we're gonna have a great training montage.
You're the best around.
I hope that we get that montage. That's a little bit like Rocky.
Yeah.
But like, I bet, throwing it out there, do we think Nesta and Bryce are going to hate each other, or do you think they're going to love each other?
I think that
you know they're going to have to work together because, like, I think that, like, when it comes to the weapons that they both use, the powers that they both have,
they're both a strong personality, I will say that.
Nesta's in such a good place. You're right, Pips. Kurt Girl says Nesta will see herself in Bryce.
But
oh my God,
is that bad,
Bryce as a Valkyrie?
I mean, of course, she would be amazing. Of course. I don't know. We'll see. There might be some tension. I don't know.
But Honey Skycat says Bryce will need to learn to speak to them, though. But now she's got that beam.
Oh, she's got a magic beam.
Magic.
We'll get to the beam magic. Don't you worry. But
I thought we had to get to that in the last book.
There's a lot of beam magic in these books.
We're at the 1 hour mark, everybody. Woo! 1 hour left until the book shows up in our Kindles, hopefully. Hours.
Well, at least if you're on the East Coast, it should.
Yes.
I think all of us, though. I'm pretty sure.
Momo Canoe says there was a theory that Nesta is the Valkyrie Queen.
Is there a queen?
I guess there's a Valkyrie queen.
I don't remember that part.
No, I don't either. Maybe we haven't gotten there yet. Maybe it's a whole new world.
That's too much. My brain hurts. So what we also learn in this interrogation is that between all of their back and forth, mostly with Amron and Bryce, because Amron's the one who remembers some of the stuff that Bryce is talking about, and like the names, and some of them like ring true. And then it's like, okay, so now we're when we're in Lunathian, it's like the year 15,010 or something like that.
Yeah.
I forget what year it is, but it's in the 15,000 something.
Yes.
And then Amron's like, 15,000 years ago is kind of when people were like, a bunch of people just disappeared. I don't know what's going on. And it's like, weird.
Are they stuck in the walls? What does it say? When they're talking about the screams they heard behind the concrete walls.
Who are you talking about?
There was something I read. Something that she saw. I don't know if it was when she touched the harp. Is it when she touches the harp?
Oh,
when they talk about like the screaming of the fae.
I don't know if you were talking about something you had in your own life going on.
Dust court.
Yeah, she heard people inside of the prison.
Yes.
With a harp. Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
Good job.
Thank you.
Maybe that is then?
That's the screaming.
Maybe that is then.
Yeah.
So they realize.
Which could be Dusk Court, which, I mean, we've got a lot to talk about the Dusk Court, but we're not there yet. I mean, I guess we are there. But.
Who can stop talking about the Dusk Court?
Oh my God.
But it's clear after their discussion that Bryce's Fae people of Midgard came from the world that Prithian's in, which they still have not said the name of. The world. They're still not saying the world's name of Prithian, and I'm not sure why exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know if it actually is going to matter, but they're saying all the other planets' names, but not Prithian's, right? Does anybody remember any point when they're saying Prithian's?
You mean you're
planet?
talking about when the Asteri was taking over, like when they were talking about like all of the places they've conquered?
Yeah, but any time in the books.
Not in Crescent City.
No, but I mean even in the ACOTAR books. Have they named the planet?
They must have.
I don't think they did.
No.
Folks? Did they?
All right, we put it to chat. Katie Diceco says no. Nope. Ed Humility says nope. Kind M says they don't. All right, they didn't.
What if it's just...
They just call it the continent.
What if they just live in like the Wisconsin Dells? They've been there the whole time.
Whoa, like the water parks? Oh, they've been there 15,000 years. Oh, that's why they speak an ancient language inside of the water parks.
Yes, the Book
That's
of Breathings.
where you go. Yeah. It's the Book of Breathings. Okay.
Because Crescent City is so similar to our world, I always assume that Bryce is speaking the human language and that Prithian's speaking like
the language of the Fae.
Yeah.
The ancient language, because they're far in the past.
I think so. I don't know. It's so hard to gauge still.
So I know I'm not going to bring up Throne of Glass in front of Natalie, even though I also haven't read it yet.
Yeah, I've read more of it than you have.
I know you have. But I also read a bunch of the theories. I read through all the theories. So I'm trying not to say anything.
You can't.
I'm not saying
I'm going to
anything.
leave this
The only thing
studio.
that you do know that I am going to bring up is that there are multiple books that are happening simultaneously. And I'm sure that you know that about Throne of Glass. That is something that is canonically known, that multiple books are going at the same time. So it is also the conversation of like, is it dimensions? Or is it the past?
I don't know. That's it. I mean, that was already something I was wondering about the books anyway.
Morad says, I think it's just different dimensions. Momokano says, but is it the past? I thought it was all the same time, just different planets.
I kind of liked the concept that Prithian was the future. Like, it was our time, but then everything went back. But like, that's just me spitballing, you guys. I don't know. I'm just a wacky girl in a backwards hat.
Squeegee Bean says, but the Avalon Fae are also like technology-less by choice. Maybe it didn't happen on the other planet, or they just chose to not embrace it. The humans on ACOTAR planet are pretty squashed. You're right.
Yeah.
Humans are not in charge of anything there.
It's true. I agree.
They don't have the same agency. Not that they have a whole hell of a lot of agency in
All right, fine. I'll
Crescent
pour wine
City.
in my cup too, I guess.
I mean, man, we got less than an hour.
Let me just, I don't want to put my sword down.
No, obviously, one can never put down their sword when they're pouring their wine. Do you think that Bryce would ever put down that damn thing? Mm-mm. I wouldn't either, bitch. Everyone get yourself another drink. It's that time. We've got an hour left.
So we can, so then we get a pretty good recap in this section of everything that the Asteri, I spelled it wrong. Sorry, everybody. That the Asteri has been doing as basically Bryce explains to them like what has been happening, because they don't know the term hysteria. That's not the word they use.
Right.
So she's breaking down what it is, and they're like, basically Amron says, yes, sounds exactly like what I remember because she was already in the prison at this point, but they're all whispering at each other. They got nothing to do all day.
They got nothing else to do.
All they do is gossip. And then I also love that Amron listened, when she was listening to Bryce, she describes the first light as a tithing. Because all I'm doing is covering LDS crimes right now.
Oh, I see. But that threw me back to the first ACOTAR book, or the second ACOTAR book, when Tamlin was doing the tithing.
Well, yeah, again, same, but it's
like, in their world, they don't need to tithe anymore. But the fact that that was such a huge thing that Tamlin still does it.
It's a negative representation, because I think tithing is bullshit. Yeah, I said it.
Yeah. Whether you can shapeshift into a beast or you're just the church, I'm against the idea of tithing.
Yeah. Oh, we're getting edgy tonight.
Yeah.
We've had a glass of wine.
Yeah, we're having a couple glasses of wine. I've got a slave relic tattoo on my head.
Yeah. So I'm not going to read this throughout, but this is just like a little clip of the mythology that they say on Midgard.
We getting into Thea?
No, we're not really. I can't.
Oh, okay.
I can't. This is too much. It's too much.
Well, we have to get into Thea, because that's part of the theories for the next book.
Yeah, so that is the mythology that they have on Midgard. So Bryce basically says, like, what we have said, like how the Fae got to our planet that I live on, is that there was this queen named Thea, and the prince's name Peleus? Peleus? Peleus, right?
That's, again, I'm not trying to correct you. I'm just only saying it what I heard in the audiobook, because I only listened to the audiobooks.
I have no idea. So I believe you. And
don't worry, Legal Queen, you have trial in the morning. I have to go to sleep, but how do I leave you guys? Don't worry, this will be up. Twitch.tv/LPNTV. You can come check this out. Don't worry. Go to sleep.
I hope you're not on trial.
Yeah, go to sleep. It sounds like you need sleep.
If you're on trial for something, I hope it goes well.
Yeah, I hope so too. May you win. May you not win. I guess you always want to win in a trial. I'm a prosecutor. Okay, yeah. Good Godspeed to ye.
I don't know. It might help you to stay up and listen to all this. It might help your case tomorrow if you would just really reflect.
Yeah, just tell the judge about it. If you dress up like this, then you can tell the judge.
It's a good icebreaker in court.
Okay, wait. Lil Chef says, commenting this again, as Shan posted this teaser, Bryce began running again, hurtling through the cave, back toward Nesta and Azriel, and she prayed there was something left for her to save.
That was left, I think that was up on SJM's Instagram at one point. So there is a point where the three of them are together, which would be really interesting. It's going to be a lot of Az going, oh God. There's a lot of women around who are real loud. It'd be like if Az was with us in a cave.
Oh my God, he would love us in a cave. I'd be like, Az, look, I could put on wings
look at me,
too.
Look at me, Az, look at this.
Oh, you're a shadow singer? Yeah, well, I'm a bitch. That's what I'll say to him. He'll love it.
He'll love it. He'll think it's very funny.
It's gonna be like, that's my girl right there.
So,
yeah, Raven Queen, it's gonna be a lot of Azriel looking sexy in the corner, just like thumb in a pie, and like you're getting your wires crossed.
Thumb in a pie, like the nursery rhyme?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's better than his dick in a pie.
I guess so. Oh, American Pie.
I
remember. So basically, their mythology says that these two Fae fought against the Astari whenever they were in the world of Prythian, and that in the world of Prythian, it's one of the only planets that the Asteri didn't just completely suck all of the magic out of, and they beat them and they pushed them away and they escaped them somehow and are able to hide from them. So the Asteri are still technically looking for them right now, but what we learn is that they are what the Astari is the Tagline. I forgot what that was.
What is that?
It's a bean.
Why? Is that
a bean?
A bean with a face?
It's a
oh, because of the bean with the language
Yeah.
bean. Oh, it's the language bean. Oh, yeah, just everyone in chat. The bean! The bean!
The Astari are the Daglin guys. So remember, when we were all talking about whenever Nesta and Cassian are in the prison and they're trying to deal with, oh my God, what's his name? What's the...
Wait, where?
Who are they fighting in the prison after they get the harp? Come on, guys.
Wait, what? The Volanthus?
Lanthus, thank you. Lanthus. So
I thought you were talking about in the first chapter. I was like, wait, they're not fighting anyone in the first chapter.
Well, I was bringing the reference point of whenever in Silver Flame, whenever they're down there and they have the entire, like, she has like the throwing her mind into like the fantasy of Lanthus, and it's like there's thrones there and all this stuff's happening, and then they're talking about the mythology of the Daglan.
Yeah.
That's the Astarian. I misspelled it again, but you know what I meant. So they're the same. We learned that in this.
They are the same.
Yeah, so
they are the same.
Bunch.
This is a lot in the first fucking chapter. This is a lot. Like, that's what I'm saying. A lot of the theories are immediately answered by this first chapter.
I almost feel like there's a chance.
Yeah, right, kind of. Yes, big theory confirmed. All right, great.
I feel
Out
like
the gate.
Maybe the SGM knew all of these theories were happening, and she was like, "Here are their theories. I'm going to tell a different story. You're not telling the story for me." So all of the fans were like, "I know what's going to happen." She's like, "Yeah, this is it at the top.
I'm going to fucking say it.
Afterwards." Which I just love.
Yes.
I love that for her. So also in this, they were, when they're having this conversation, I just noted that Bryce mentions that Cormac's shadows were a lot like Azrael's. So just a little interesting note there.
It is it's so interesting so it's like, obviously she's like, oh, that dude looks like Rune. Okay. Mm-hmm. They look the same. Okay, this guy reminds me of Cormac. Okay. Mm-hmm. There is obvious connections between like the shadows. There's obvious connections between their powers that they have and why they have them. And it's just so exciting and also sad to think of how little is probably actually going to be answered in this book, because it's not the last one.
No, but there is like 1,000 pages, so.
It's not enough!
Well, she's only 37. She's got a lot of writing left in her hand,
Fucking better. Hope she ain't retiring no time soon.
So, I don't think so. So Rhys goes away. He
Could
comes
you imagine
back.
writing 26 books that correlate but have suddenly main stories she has to match? Like, I can't imagine keeping all of this in check. And then also like having to write a full story outside of, so it's like, question, is she must be currently writing the next ACOTAR book. So she probably has to like piece together parts of like, okay, what am I going to include in this book? And where does that fall in the timeline? Like, where are they in ACOTAR?
And also in the modern world, you must not have to look, you probably can't look at Reddit, because anytime you go, it's just people going, actually those months don't align with the earlier story. And
you're not going to get the actuallys here. We're definitely, I think you can tell at this point, we're more of a, wait, that did happen, right? Just so much happens.
I also think if you're writing a good fantasy story, I'm way more of a yes-ander with it. I'm not trying to like find the cracks and be like, actually, that's not correct before what they said. I like to just fall into it. I would be really upset
if you became that. Like, Natalie, I don't know if we should do this
anymore.
Yeah,
actually, I don't like it because these didn't match up.
Oh, God.
And I was up all night in my laboratory.
I just want to drink my wine spritzer.
No, I'm probably not going to do that. So
you're putting down the Star Sword.
I have to put the Star Sword down.
What do you want to drink your wine? What do you want to run the show?
I could just do a sword performance for you.
We'd watch it.
So
yeah, Ginger Hips. She has a string board and insane spreadsheet. She's got to.
Yeah, and I also in her interviews she has an interesting way of talking about how she makes stories. She says she does feel like there's stuff in the air and she's reaching into it. So it feels like maybe the way that she processes it feels like there's like some other cloud database where she pulls stuff from.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool. I thought that was really interesting. I imagine that becomes a little bit more natural when you start writing novels so young. It kind of just is ingrained in you to like figure it out like that. I don't know.
It's got to be. Honestly, we were talking to a friend of ours that writes a bunch of music for like huge drag queens, and she was talking about like she's been writing music her entire life, like even before, like it was like before she like never like wrote stories, she would always write music. So for her, she's always seen it. Like she can see the song before she even writes it. Mm-hmm. And I was like, that's such a cool like strength to have when you've been doing something for so long that you've just mastered the craft of it.
That's how I feel about podcasting. I can just see the podcast.
Yeah, you're just like, you're such a master of the craft. I was always just like, master of the craft, keeper of the books. That's what I always said about Natalie.
Yeah, you sure do always say that. So Bryce, basically Rhys brings these two things in his hands. He's got the Veritas orb, which we've seen before. It's a truth teller, but Reese doesn't mention that to her, which I thought was interesting because he brings her the orb and he just says, it'll show their memories. And so she thinks of all of the horrible modern weapons that she has in Crescent City in her world and puts them in the Veritas orb, and then they all together watch a montage of like military grade weapons, which is fun. And everybody's like,
yeah. They just saw like just a clip of Fox News, and they were like, I'd rather never watch this again.
Yeah, it's like, I'm good here. I don't need to know about other planets. So they do all that, and then translation bean.
Swallow that bean, bitch. Sometimes a bitch gotta swallow a bean.
So when she swallows the bean, there's some kind of new knowledge that like goes into your body. And then whatever that knowledge was, something triggers in her and it makes her glow power happen. Everybody freaks out because she's just like, you can kind of see.
You did a really good job with your star. And it does.
Hey, eyes up here.
It's not her breasts are out. She's begging for it.
How dare you? As I demand he zoom in on my chest.
Yeah, you were demanding it.
Not that part of my chest. So
everyone's talking about matching all the characters with a gun, like Cassian with a gun, Nesta with a gun. I'd be so scared of all of them with guns.
No, I don't want them to have guns.
No, I'm scared.
I think it was a Crescent City book where it's the line of her talking about like a sword can represent like many different things. It can represent hope and bravery, and a gun only represents death. And I think that's really true.
Yeah. And Kurt Girl does say that's Bryce's chest, not Natalie's. So, we got to see the chest.
All right,
and Bryce would show it off.
Bryce would be completely fine with it.
Although I think that she is a little bit more shy now with the star.
Oh, because she doesn't know when it's going to go off still. She's kind of figuring it out.
Yeah, she's still figuring it out.
So her lights go like...
Because Cormac can't teach her anymore.
No,
or they're going to teach her. Or can he?
Or can he? We don't know. Maybe. So when that happens, everybody's like, your chest is glowing, And when that happens, it also makes her back glow. So her back tattoo that now has, it says... in love all's possible.
All's possible, yeah.
And Amryn says she can read it. The thing on the back of her that is tattooed on her that like maybe not everybody could have understood is, it's the same writing as the Book of Breathings. And that's where it ends. That's a lot in the first chapter, guys.
That is a lot in the first chapter. And the fact that it is tied to the Book of Breathings is crazy.
Her back's the back of Breathings.
Back of Breathings! And it is going in and out with her lungs. And isn't that nice?
Oh, look at that. It is breathing.
Yeah, it's breathing. It's breathing.
All right, couple crossovers. This is all stuff that I think we already all know. And please, if anybody, I didn't do an exhaustive list. So if anybody has any ideas of crossovers that we're not talking about, please put it in the chat. Also, Jackie, let me know.
Also, something that I was reminded of in reading my theory, I just have random things written down as well as like all the fan theories, but like Taylor had written in, Lydia and Bryce communicate across worlds since Bryce has the comm crystal that Rune slipped her at the end of Crescent City 2. I forgot
too.
That Bryce has the comm crystal, so she might be able to connect and communicate with them.
That's true.
Or is she going to be able to communicate with Cormac? I don't know.
Or maybe she can contact Hell. We still don't know what Hell is.
No,
Hell is some other place that nobody seems to know what it is.
Offenses, but can Bryce use it? I don't know, but maybe one of ACOTAR can use it.
Maybe if she swallows it, the bean and the stone get together, have a baby.
She's gonna start just swallowing everything. Just go, huh. And like, spit it out, Bryce, spit it out.
But maybe it'll help. She swallows it. I don't know.
Yeah, I heard it helps out a couple of things.
Oh boy. Oh brother. So we have Rune and Reese, as we knew from the last book, and also reminded again at the beginning of the first chapter, they're essentially twins. And so hopefully Bryce isn't attracted to Reese. Because it's pretty hard to not be attracted to Rhys.
Okay.
But it looks just like her brother.
So, question though. You said they look like twins. Mm-hmm. How do we think they are related? There are many theories about this.
Sure.
Many theories about how Rune and Rhys are related. Now we talk about they've got the same coloring, they've got the same eyes, they like straight up just look the same. We've got a lot of Rhys's sister is Rune's mom.
Rhys's sister is okay because but no, because then Bryce would be the sister that Rhys had that died, right?
But here's the thing. There is a theory that Tamlin, who is a shapeshifter, when he found Rhys's mother and sister, that he didn't kill them, that he actually shifted them into something else to save them rather than killing them.
I don't know.
I do not believe this. I'm just like, I read it as a theory and I was like, that's interesting. I don't know, can Tamlin shift other people? Can he? I don't know.
I feel like that could be what we would call a stretch.
Oh, it's a stretch.
I don't know.
It's a stretch, but then that would mean Rhys's mom, sister, still alive.
No, she's super dead.
Never saw the body. Saw the wings.
We can't
Never
have seen
saw the
everybody.
Oh, we can see everybody.
Okay, we have.
Natalie, I'm here to sprinkle. I'm sprinkling theories on top. It doesn't
Sounds
mean
like
that
you're
it's
trying
real.
to sow discord.
I'm sprinkling, like Keith.
You're trying to get so you put one
That's
truth
right,
in all the
yes, he
lies.
can. He transformed all those wolves at the beginning.
Huh? Oh,
He transformed the wolves.
at the beginning. I thought those.
Jamie Cocky says, "I love these sprinkles." So
I thought they were just also shapeshifters because the Spring Court has shapeshifters.
right,
I don't think Tamlin did that.
but Rhys and Rhys' sister are not in the Spring Court.
They're
not
I'm
shapeshifters.
sick of you. I'm sick of your
Maybe
lies.
wait, if Hunt can survive from getting his wings cut off, so can Rhys' mother and sister.
I don't believe it. I think that's a wishful thinking. I don't think they're alive. But wait,
saying.
I gotta show you these pictures. Doesn't this of Einar? Doesn't that look like Jake Gyllenhaal? Doesn't that look like it could be Jake Gyllenhaal? In that
It did,
character?
especially because I recently watched the movie Prisoners, and there's a lot of Jake Gyllenhaal in that movie.
I feel like he'd actually be good for the part.
Oh yeah, he would be.
Einar.
Einar.
So this is
Autumn King.
The Autumn
Which,
King.
but then, okay, why was he referred to as? All right, we know there are multiple characters, especially in Crescent City. Well, I say especially, but we also don't know a lot of their last names in ACOTAR either. But
Yeah.
why was he just referred to as the Autumn King? I thought that it was going to come out later on that it's like, oh, he is Baran, or he is the brother of Baran, or there is something to do with Baran. But then I was like, Einar? Who gives a fuck? Why'd you keep Einar from us?
I mean, it might yet to be revealed. Sorry.
I'm just saying, I
Sorry.
thought there was going to be more of a aha when we found out his name, and I was just like, Einar.
You know, it might be something we don't know yet.
Yeah.
It might come back. Or maybe she just liked the name Einar, and she was like, they're going to be so excited by this name.
They
reveal.
love this name. They're going to goosh for this name.
Einar,
please.
I was not attracted to him anyway. Like it wasn't.
No, he's yucky. No, he's a yuck buck.
I do love this drawing of him though. And so of course the other Autumn King that we've met, Baron Vincera. Again, we don't know everybody's last names, but we know both of the Autumn King's last names. And this, of course, also one of many Autumn Kings. We only have met Lord Baron in this one time period. There's been a bunch of other ones, but why is there only an Autumn King in Crescent City? There aren't courts.
No.
There's no actually description as to why he's called the Autumn King either, because he's not like living in Autumn Town.
Yeah, it's not, the leaves aren't always fall, and he's not always like listening to Simon and Garfunkel.
Crinkle Leafton.
Oh, but maybe he is.
Aw.
Yeah, and maybe only one king came through, C-squared says.
Yeah, maybe. So maybe he's like a long line and only one court nobleman got through that's true, that could be why.
Yeah.
But I wonder if they know why he's called the Autumn King, or it's just like a weird, he's just that guy, he loves pumpkins.
Yeah, maybe that's just his thing, because Cormac's father is the king of the Avalon Fae, right? And that's what they refer to him as. Yeah. So, but the Autumn King is not the king of the Valbaran Fae, right?
No.
Or is he?
I don't know. I just know they're related, right? Because Rune and
they're cousins.
They're cousins, Rune and Cormac. Mm-hmm. So they're in some way related. But then also, what does this have to do with Baron? Maybe nothing. Maybe everything.
Maybe everything. That's the thing, we don't know. SJM, she loves to talk about sprinkles. She puts the sprinkles in. You don't know which sprinkle is going to be the sprinkle that's the yummiest. I don't know what's yummy.
You got to lick them all. You got to put your tongue on it.
Always open. Anytime you see someone, they've got sprinkles on it, make sure you put your tongue on their sprinkles, because you're doing it to protect them.
Also, you don't know which ones are the good ones.
What's the good ones? I said, which one's good? That's me shoving my tongue into my husband's yogurt.
Ew. Is that a euphemism?
Yeah, you know how hard I'm gonna get laid tonight going home looking like this? Just gonna be like, leave the tattoo on.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say, leave my pants on.
Leave my pants on. Okay, you're right, fuck you. I'm sorry, fuck yogurt. Everyone, you're right. I can't, canonically, fuck yogurt. Yeah, you're right.
I don't like yogurt.
Just because we're not on Good Pud doesn't mean we can't have the standards of
that's right.
Good Pud.
Of course, I'm sorry. Yes, you must withhold.
Thank you.
Your beliefs.
Thank you, LPN TV, for the puds in chat.
We already know this, but the Astari and the Daglin are the same.
Samesies. Okay,
I will note that they had different aesthetics in each of the worlds. Maybe they just like to switch it up, but in the Daglin...
Daglin, I think, sexier.
Goth, yeah.
It's gother.
The Great Hunt, and then we have the Astari in Crescent City, and they all they love the Chip and JoJo sort of vibe.
Yeah, it's all shiplap.
A lot of shiplap.
Yeah.
A lot of barn doors. Yeah, there's animals. But I like both of them. I would Daglin's more my
Only Watcher says, why do I not remember the Daglin at all? I think it's because they weren't a part of the current story. They were told in stories of the past, like in snips.
It was because
I think it was only once or twice.
Yeah, it was I believe only because when Nesta and Cassian returned with the harp and they told all the stuff that was sent into Nesta's mind, that Rhys kind of went, oh, this is because of this historical thing that happened in our world, and the Daglin did this, and they had the Great Hunt, and they were these pieces of shit who sat on thrones and all that. So it's really just mentioned because of the one. I assume. I
can talk about the fucking sprinkles. Yeah, it is. It was one. Like Curd Girl says, it was one single sprinkle. Like that. It just. A little bit, and you never know what she's gonna bring back. You never know what she's planting. Sometimes she's planting note to toe.
That's why you gotta put your tongue on everyone.
Every sprinkle! Eat it like this, like I'm eating corn on the cob.
One sprinkle at a time. All right, relax. We'll get to your sprinkles soon, honey. Oh, where is this gonna go? I don't have anything to give you. I feel like you're going to do that until I find sprinkles, and we don't have any. We don't have any here.
I love sprinkles so much.
I do too. Rainbow sprinkles.
I'll do anything for sprinkles, but not just SJM sprinkles.
No, just regular rainbow sprinkles.
Regular rainbow sprinkles.
Then we know this one too. We have Gwydion and Star Sword. Samesies.
Yeah, man.
So we have these made objects. I don't know if it's because they're cauldron made or if it's the same, they have all the same ancestor or whatever, but that's the same sword, but it also called to the maid sword, the maid dagger that Nesta made. Because that's what was going on with whenever Az had it.
Like calls to like.
Oh, no, was that Truth Teller?
That was Truth Teller. But I also do think, because when they talk about the two swords that will come together.
There's a whole sword world.
There's a whole sword world. There's a whole sword lore. Like what is the phrase? What is the phrase? It's like when they come together, like the Fae will finally be.
Yeah, when the dagger and the sword
and the blade come near each other, then everybody's free or something.
Yeah, it's something like that.
It's something that the swords are looking for each other.
Okay, that's all of them that I have. So,
okay.
What other combo or whatever other crossovers did I miss?
Crossovers. I'm trying to think. I mean, obviously, please chat. Let us know of anything that you are thinking of. And okay, the people will be untied when sword and blade meet. Thank you, Lil Chef Vic. The people will be untied united when the sword and the blade meet. So that is going to bring the two worlds together.
Yes.
Right? And open up
it's what it's like when
rift.
worlds collide. That's what
Which
it's like.
Which is not good.
No. It seems like that'd be bad.
Yeah, I think it's gonna. Cormac and Azrael's shadows. Talk about the fact that Cormac also is enveloped in shadows. Azrael's shadow singers. Are they related? And if they're not directly related,
are there shadows lovers?
Why do they both have... maybe they're shadows fuck. Which would be fun.
I'm just throwing it out there.
Why are they both covered in shadow?
I don't know, because even...
30 minutes, everybody! 30 minutes, everybody!
Whenever they've talked about Az's shadows in the past, they all kind of note that they don't really know what they are.
Yeah.
Because he also can winnow, but it's not winnowing, right?
Right.
Yeah, so they don't even...
He calls it, Cormac calls it teleporting, right?
Yeah, but even wasn't it Az? One of the characters winnows but doesn't really winnow, like they do a different thing, and I think it's Az.
Saunters instead.
He saunters, and then he just like falls over.
Kind of, Emma says he like shifts between shadows. It's not the same. Okay.
Yeah. So...
I know, but in the Coven says not related, but Xaden is also a shadow singer, so I know I have a type. That is Fourth Wing, but also this is the problem.
There's no
Reading
dragons.
All
We're
of
not
these
doing
different
dragons.
books, though, I'm just like, and I'm like, oh my god, he's just like Azrael. I'm like, different book. I'm reading too many smuts at the same time that I get my smut
all
lore.
of them connected?
Don't ever say that, because I can't say it.
Nope.
I can't ruin Fourth Wing for you either.
No.
But everyone knows what happens with the...
Don't... Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
I hope everybody who didn't want to know that looked away.
I was just whispering it.
Oh my god.
It's just interesting how sometimes the books collide, okay? Spookate asks, is Shaki read Iron Flame yet? I am in the middle of Iron Flame, but I put it down. I put it down because I bought the first Throne of Glass, but now I have to put that down so that I can read Crescent City 3.
Well, yeah, now we have to do this.
Yes.
But at least the first couple Thrones of Glasses are not that long.
That's good because I got a lot to read.
So many.
I got a lot to read.
Pages.
There's just so much.
There was one I forgot. I had something. Oh, there's a connection. It's gone.
I know, Lil Chef Vic, you need to finish Iron Flame before you get into an 8-book series, Jackie, but I definitely need to read Crescent City 3 before I do any of that.
Enough going on. We don't need another book series in here sullying it. We have to figure these books out first. Is there any other crossover or connections that we haven't hit? I know there was one that I was going to say, and I don't remember.
Well, we need to talk. I mean, I have many theories, but we also need to talk about...
Do some fan theories?
Thea.
Oh, Thea?
Bitch, we need to talk about Thea.
Is there a lot of fan writings?
There's a lot.
We have 30 minutes. Let's get into some of the fan theories.
Love it.
You guys, thank you so much for writing in.
Thank you guys so incredibly much for sharing, and I really appreciate it. I loved going through all of them. I loved reading everything, like even just like the random things of just like, I just think it's gonna be great. Thank you so much for doing this. I appreciated it.
I appreciate it as well.
Legal Queen says Throne of Glass is so much better than Iron Flame. I'm sure it is. I'm gonna read the hell out of it.
But I support and love, I think it's cool to read any fantasy books. I think it's
We
awesome.
know that the Fae Queen is named Thea, right?
Okay.
We know that she's the last Starborn Queen. We know that Bryce gets her power from the last Starborn Queen, Queen Thea.
Right.
One thing we 100% know about Thea is she has 2 daughters.
Okay, yes.
We don't know who one of the daughters is. So many of the theories have a lot to do with who is the other daughter.
Okay.
What does the fact that like Bryce has her starborn power, what does that mean for Bryce?
Yeah.
How does it mean she's connected to them? Are any of the Archeron sisters connected to them?
Oh.
I know.
Oh.
But then Lorad, Jessica. There's also a huge
Jessica.
theory from Jordan. Jessica is Thea's daughter, Helena. It would explain why she has the Library of Parthos and why the Asteri don't really fuck with her at all.
And she also has that relationship with Adis, because wasn't Adis in love with Thea?
Yes. Adis was in love with Thea. Thea was betrothed to Peleus.
Right.
Peleus is who ends up killing her in the end.
Yeah.
But Adis, and what is interesting is that it is said time and time again that Adis was in love with Thea, but it never said that Thea was in love with Adis.
Ouch.
So you're thinking these are 2 princes of hell that are going after each other. And Humility says Adis is the bone carver.
Whoa.
There's lots of I'm sorry, I'm getting all of the theories mixed up because like there's also the amulet Lilshevik, the amulet Bryce wears that I know it connects to Throne of Glass, but I also think that it connects with this as well.
Well, it's interesting it's called the Archesian amulet because it's like Archeron.
This is the thing.
What?
How does it tie in?
What does it mean?
Is she connect so it's like if she is a part of Thea, does that mean that the sisters are connected to how are they connected to Bryce? And yes, the bone carver drew 3 intersecting circles, Happy Cryptid said.
Wait, when?
When he was talking about him and the Strega, and then also
Oh, yeah.
and then there's the third. I don't think that we know who the third
Strega
was.
and what was the other one? Oh, what was the other? What was their sibling?
The Strega.
Somebody knows.
Save us! Save us! There's too many names in our head. The Koshki the Weaver. Koshki.
Because we still have.
Koshki.
Wait, no,
Koshki.
Koshki.
I don't know how to say it.
Koshki's the one, the lake wizard.
Oh man, I've got a lot of theories about Koshki.
You do, personally?
Kate from Caitlin. Is Koshki gonna be the new big bad?
I mean, they're really, she's been building it up for him to be.
They took a page out of Natalie's book and Googled him. Koshchei is a figure from Russian folklore who performs a spell that traps his death and other objects. Obviously, this sounds familiar to Harry Potter nerds. I think Koshchei is going to be the next big bad in the ACOTAR universe, or a secondary big bad to the Asteri/Daglin. I think Koshchei is basically Fairy Voldemort, and his life might be tied to the 4 Dread Trove items. The harp, the crown, and the mask, plus a mysterious 4th item, the horn. Made of bone. I think the 4th item is going to be the horn. And now that Bryce is in Prythian, all 4 objects are on the same planet again.
Uh-oh.
Koshchei is also described in Russian folklore as trapping the hero's love interest. He currently has Vassa ensnared. I think Vassa is going to be Lucian's love interest once he and Elaine figure out how to willingly break their mating bond. While everyone is gearing up for the big conflict in Crescent City 3 to be the Asteri versus Prythian, I think Sarah is going to drag it out a bit more. Crescent City 3 is probably instead going to focus on Bryce trying to get to Hell and then back to Midgard to save poor Rune. And
oh my God, Lucian and Vassa? I don't know, God.
Crone, face of a crone. Can he love the face of a crone?
That's the ultimate test.
Hey, Lucian, don't you want to, you don't want to kiss baby Elaine, you want to kiss me instead? Oh, I need your help, Lucian, to bathe me.
I imagine she's also a little bit Russian, right?
Well, all of the names are Russian.
Yeah.
Man, okay,
and also
interesting.
because we don't know where Lucian's been. And he's been trying.
We also don't know where Moore's been. Mostly, she's been gone. But
Lorad says, I'm still team Elaine Lucian. She needs someone who won't coddle her. But did you read the bonus chapter
I'm way
with
more
Asriel?
I'm Az and Gwen all the way. Az and Gwen.
Oh, for sure. But is Elaine going to be with Lucian?
It's hard. Man, I could really see it go both ways, and it's just really interesting to see what she's going to do with it, because I think that it's very open right now. It's open ended.
Oh yeah, I know. Lucky Mickey Ears just says, "I just want Lucian to be happy."
I know, poor Lucian. He's really been through a lot.
Yeah, he has been through a lot, and I will kiss him. He's never even asked me.
Maybe you should ask him.
Lucian, do you want to kiss another baby angel, full-grown man?
Are you being Hunt?
I'm a little bit of Hunt, and I'm a little bit Jackie. I guess it makes me cunt.
It makes you.
Yeah.
Secondly, it makes you junt.
Whoa, Electricity says, don't hate me, but I'm still hoping for Bryce and Asriel. You know what? I don't hate you, Electricity, because I'm not going to say I hate another, because I appreciate the theory. I got a theory in, but I will say, to protect the person that wrote in, they also hated the theory as much as I hate the theory.
Wait, Bryce and who, Az?
Well, this is separate. This is another theory that I also hate as much as I hate Bryce and Asriel.
Hunt is already being tortured porn to death.
According to Aaron, what if Hunt, this is a big theory on the internet, what if Hunt killed Danica?
No, what? Micah killed Danica.
It is beyond crazy to think that Micah, who used the Umbra Mortis as his personal assassin, decided to take it into his own hands and kill Danica and the pack of devils by himself. Imagine how many kills he took off of Hunt's total after he knew the personal connection that Hunt had with Bryce. I don't know why he wouldn't just throw Hunt under the bus when Micah had to stand off with Bryce, but I wouldn't be surprised if SJM spun this somehow just to break poor Bryce's heart.
No, absolutely not.
Just saying.
No.
It's a big one. Lorad says, yeah, this is a big one online. This is a big theory online.
No.
But then because we know what happened with the synth, he was lying about the synth, right?
Oh, don't get me started. That, man, when I read that the first time, I was reading well into the night, and when that scene happened, I had to put the book down because I was so upset. I was so upset.
I also felt like I had been betrayed.
Yeah. E2 Hunt?
I know. But J.H. Mira says Hunt's never done anything wrong ever, except for when he lied about the synth. But he was doing things to help.
Well, he was like, I was going to stop it, but he had been lying to her.
He had been lying,
but I'm sorry.
All I'm saying.
Killing Danica is a bridge too far.
It was before he knew Bryce.
It's a bridge too far.
But when you are the personal assassin for an archangel, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta fucking do.
How would they ever, so you're saying then that would break their bond, their matehood, and then, because like, how is she ever gonna get over that?
She never would.
Hunt's in the cups.
Hunts in the cups. I do also wonder if that would make more sense if they were going to break the matehood between the two of them, or if something happens to Hunt and then she ends up kissing Asriel. I'm not gonna be sad about it.
But the problem with all of this is we don't know who's related to who. How do they know?
Well, I guess they're gonna find out the hard way. Uh-oh. Is your mommy my mommy? That's what you're gonna find out.
How are they gonna find out?
Hopefully not while one is inside of the other, or their, fingers are in there, or just slapping folds, I don't know.
Or when the baby comes out with like 16 toes.
Don't bring up Nyx right now.
Why?
I don't know, because Lord knows what's going to happen with Nyx.
I think he's fine.
Do you?
Yeah.
What's going to happen, though? But what's going to happen, Natalie? Is there a connection between Hell and the Hewn City? This comes in from Beth and Aaron. The biggest one on our mind is the potential connection between Hell and Prythian, specifically the Hewn City. Here mentions Lord Thanatos needing help with his daughter to the I don't know what that means, in ACOTAR. Thanatos is the name of the Prince of the Ravine that Bryce, Ethan, and Tharian encounter while visiting the Mystics. Oh. It has been said that SJM does not like to reuse names. This has to be some sort of connection. This theory originates from TikTok user @Shannon Taylor, who also theorizes that Fury could be Thanatos' daughter. This may be a reach. However, we do believe that Fury could potentially be an agent of hell, maybe sent by Adis.
Oh, Fury.
She was supposed to be on a secret mission undercover at the university when she originally met Bryce.
Yeah, she's very mysterious.
Was the mission to connect with Bryce? Another connection between Hell and the Hewn City is the statues throughout, depicting creatures that are similar to the pets associated with the Prince of Hell.
That's true, because remember, Nesta saw those same creatures and when she was in Lanthus's fantasy.
Yes. These are similar to the ones Bryce and Hunt fight in the Bone Quarter and the one that ripped out Ethan's throat. This all connects back to the Great Hunt mentioned in A Court of Silver Flames, where the Daglin, aka the Asteri, also had these beasts.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, I had like 6 thoughts while you were saying that, but the names go so fast, and I'm like, and then it's just gone again. I had so many different things to say about all of that.
Oh, whoa, happy cryptid. Once Feyre and Rhys go to the Lunathian, their bargain to leave this world together will be fulfilled.
Don't even get me started.
I'm so mad about the bargain. Every time I think about the bargain, I'm just like, think about other people. Think about
12?
your child. But that also, though, would make sense, because then they are leaving the world together, and then bargain's done? Maybe we don't have to fucking die, just because if one dies, then the other has to die? Get fucked. Yes, Legal Queen loves sick fools. Don't get me wrong. I am a young puppy in love as well, and I will do anything for my partner.
So you'll agree to die at the same time?
No, I would never agree to die if he died.
Heard it here first.
Yes, Lucky Mickey here's most emo bargain ever.
It is very Romeo plus Juliet. Okay.
Like, what are we doing
But
here,
maybe
guys?
that is. They always talk about how bargains need to be very, very specifically worded.
But the loopholes. But everyone's bringing up. But there are loopholes. We gotta have loopholes.
Gotta have loopholes. We do.
I also another part of the Hewn City and Hell crossover. This comes in from Alex. On the part of A Court of Mist and Fury, when they go to the Hewn City to get the Veritas, it's mentioned offhandedly at the end that Kier cringes away from the truth teller and Az. Feyre assumes that it's because he thinks one day Az will kill him with it. But what if that's not the reason? What is his aversion to the made object? I'm suspicious that it's some bit of foreshadowing. We don't know yet.
Wait, say that one again, the end part.
He specifically that Feyre assumes it's because he thinks that Kier thinks that Azriel and Truth Teller will kill him someday. But what if that's not the reason? He has an aversion to the made object specifically.
Got it.
Why does he have the aversion to it?
Because he's a turd?
Could be. It could be turd situation. It could be like a dookie party that he's attending.
He's a real turd.
And he's all made of dookies and he doesn't know what to do.
I think he is made of poop.
Yeah. But is Thur made of poop? We do need to talk about Thur.
Not Thor.
Not Thor, everyone. We need to talk about Thur. Yeah, you might think he has a lot to do with Thor, and you're probably right. But according to us, we don't know that yet. And I think it is obvious at this point that Thur is Hunt's father.
Ah, yes. I knew what you were going to say.
I think it's obvious at this point, Natalie. I think everybody knows that Thur is Hunt's daddy.
Man, that's so many theories. I'm trying to wrap my mind around them.
You don't even understand how many more theories I've got.
Well, we have about 10 minutes left. What else would you like to bring up as far as theories
Well,
go?
we need to talk about, I think that like Thur's daddy, because like we did find out in the last ACOTAR that he was bred. That he was created.
Third.
That Hunt specifically said that he, or no, it was in last Crescent City. That Hunt was
yes.
created. Like he said he was bred to be this way. So why was he bred to be this way?
Well, I mean, they breed a lot of the angels to do tasks and stuff. Right. I mean, they specifically talk about how, I think that was Lydia in the beginning of the prologue saying like, all of the angels are bred to do things for the Asteri.
Right.
For different things. Yeah.
But who knows if he's the child of Thur. The child of
Thur. I mean, woo!
Now we talked about Jessica and we talked about Hunt. who's Hunt's father, the god of thirst. Also, the statue that Bryce sees in the gallery called the Making of the Sword. The epilogue would suggest that Hunt's father is also connected with Hell as well as Jessica. We also know that Hunt is bred according to the Prince of the Pit. It was the Prince of the Pit who said it, that he was bred.
Yeah.
And so that is why it's also talk. And Mordock says that that Hunt doesn't smell like any other angel he's ever scented. So there are theories that he might be Fae and not angel, or an Illyrian.
Or he has IBS.
Yeah, maybe he's just shitting himself. I mean, maybe that's what they gotta like just dance around in this shit. And she's like, I still love you, Hunt, even though like you're covered in your own dookies.
I'm at the almost 2 hours up, or I'm just making poop jokes.
I get it. I mean, I understand. There are many theories, and all right, let's talk about Fury ACOTAR. From Jordan, ACOTAR translates to star or constellation.
ACOTAR?
Yes.
In which?
I don't know. Is Fury ACOTAR somehow part of the Asteri? Something's up with Fury.
Oh yeah, no.
We know something's going on with Fury.
I was gonna bring that up. SJM is very, very vague about Fury all the time. And Bryce is very not curious. She's always just going like, she could be working for anybody and killing anybody. I don't know. I'm not bringing it up. But if she's supposed to have gone to university with them, how could she be so established and so mysterious?
Maybe she was placed there to get to know them.
Man, all of Bryce's friends just lie about everything because
she's not like the other girls.
She's obviously, Danica loved Bryce and really did cherish their friendship, but she lied and lied to Bryce.
Danica's but she did it to protect her.
But Bryce,
But now she's protected by nobody.
Bryce doesn't know anybody. Everybody's making shit up all the time.
Yeah. Now, wait, Shula says, can we please talk about the golden lady on the cover of the book? Who is she?
Oh, we didn't even get to the covers, man. We had so much to talk about on the covers, too, because...
I have so many more theories. We could do this show for another, 4 hours.
Oh, yeah, totally. The covers have a lot of hidden stuff in them, and that's already discussed widely on the internet, so probably none of you are, super unfamiliar with it. So here's the 3 covers, and they are by the same artist, obviously, and I don't know if they intended to do all of this from the first cover, but people were immediately starting to read into all of these different symbols in the first book, hardback cover, and so that kept happening more and more in these next 2 books, and I don't think I gave you the file. I actually circled all of these. Hang on, let me pull this up real quick while we have time. So I made a file of... Let me pull it up. Where is it?
I know, Majestic Kayla, I do love the art for these covers. They are just so beautiful. And also, to remind you, House of Flame and Shadow includes Daemonaki, Reapers, Vampires, Draki, Dragons, Wraiths, Necromancers, and many wicked and unnamed things that Ever herself cannot see. Now, I do wonder, Necromance, is it possible that we've got a Hypaxia on the cover? If we're talking about a necromance.
I mean, I don't know. I guess that's I thought that was Bryce again, but I guess maybe not. Okay, so I made a couple little silly notes on these. At the beginning, in the first one, we have these very specific, first off, we have a snake sort of montage on all of these books so far. Yes. But I've also heard that this artist loves snakes, so I don't know if that has anything to do with anything. But I
also love snakes.
We have on the first cover, this is Bryce. I think that's pretty accepted as that's Bryce on the cover.
I've never looked into this. I just assumed it was Bryce and then Hunt. I've never looked into the covers.
I'm pretty sure that's just accepted widely. So this first cover, we have the keyhole, which was where her star will end up being.
Yeah, it's what I call my pussy.
You call it your chest chest
my
hole?
Keyhole.
Your keyhole?
My keyhole. I said, you got the right one. Key.
Penis.
To fit.
Penis gets in there?
Yeah. Or fingies.
Do you twist it around like you would in a key?
Yeah. And then my whole body unlocks and I go ah! Ah!
All your guts fall out.
Yeah,
that
all my
sounds
guts
terrible.
fall out.
I don't know.
It's cute though.
I'll take your word for it. So we have this column behind Bryce here, and it looks like sort of maybe representing her world is falling apart, her also Midgard's kind of collapsing. There's a lot of discord. We have this raven, and it has a star on it, much like Bryce will have on her chest.
Interesting.
See that here. Yeah, so we have just these little things. There's more. This is not an exhaustive list. Everybody's going to be writing in and telling me the things that I'm not pointing out. But then we go over to...
I think everyone understands, too, that there's a lot. There's so much we haven't touched on.
No, there's so much. I didn't cover a lot of what we were going to talk about. So on the second book cover, we have Hunt. And also in
someone also said, "Is it Rune?" But I feel like we'd see more
because you see that
cats.
he's got the wings. If you see that.
Oh yeah, I didn't even notice the wings.
It's definitely Bryce. I mean, it's definitely Hunt there. And also both of them.
According to the internet, the third one's Nesta, by the way.
Oh, that's Nesta?
That's the word on the internet.
Oh, but that's just a theory, right?
Yeah, it's a theory.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we don't actually know yet.
We don't know.
We're gonna know in 6 minutes.
Except we're not, because we all have so much book to read. It's such a big book.
It's a big, thick one.
Yeah.
So on the second cover we have Hunt, and you see like little things worked in. You see the wolves here at the top that are kind of coming out of the wings. We have Crescent's the little representations. There's one on his chest.
Yeah.
We have a little, this is always a fun, Jelly Jubilee is in his chest.
Oh my God.
We have another.
I'm Jackie Jubilee.
You are Jackie Jubilee. Right on his nip. We have the snake again. Now it's up in his hand.
Okay.
And again, we have this column that is continuing to sort of fall apart behind him. And also we have a sword right here on his chest.
Sick.
Yeah. And then we go over to this new cover. We have multiple swords, which is again probably going to play into the
Which
story.
would make sense also if it was Nesta.
We also have a bullet down here. Can I just, yeah.
Whoa, so
See
she's
that?
gonna get into guns.
I believe that's a bullet. That's what I see.
Whoa.
But she already is, like she's, I mean,
She's
Bryce
not
is already,
gunning.
yeah, Bryce is a gun expert, remember? Because her stepfather taught her how to use all the weapons.
Oh, I was thinking of Nesta.
Oh, Nesta. I don't want Nesta to have a gun.
I know, that's why I was like, I hope Nesta doesn't have a gun.
Don't give her a gun. But we have the bullet here. We have this blade, and it appears to be another blade up here. That's what I'm seeing.
Okay.
But I'm also just spitballing.
I love this.
We have the crescent again on her throat. We have another Jelly Jubilee over here.
I mean, you gotta
Look at that.
represent. You gots to represent.
So cute. Then we have what people have all been noting to most likely be representations of all of the houses of Prithian.
Ooh, okay.
So look, this is 100% Valaris. Like, that's Valaris.
Oh my God, yes.
And then this is essentially supposed to be the different houses. So, that is, I think that's, like, this would be Summer Court
When the
here.
I'm genuinely, sadly, very excited about it.
This is Spring Court, I think. So, that's some goss on the internet, but I don't think
Okay.
that's been described. Also, another thing, each of these covers, their eyes are two different. So on this one, she has a black, what's this part called around the pupil?
Iris?
No, what's the white part called?
Sclera.
Oh,
Sclera?
That would have never come out of my mind.
Oh.
So on this first one, she has a black sclera and a white one. And then on the second one, it's two different colored eyes.
Oh, Baby MILF says the black blood tears.
Yes, and so on this one, you see that she has another black sclera, so
Wait,
she's crying.
what's the black blood tears?
I don't know.
Oh, that might be it. That might be
No. What are you telling me?
nothing.
Oh my God.
Nothing. I don't know anything. Oh
my God.
I'm just trying to read all the theories. All right, we got 2 minutes. We got 2 minutes.
We got
All
2
right.
minutes, guys. What last thoughts before we go in?
I've got so much to say.
You got 2 minutes.
All right, we've got 2 minutes. We didn't even, I'm screaming. I can't believe we didn't talk about the Dust Court at all. The Dust Court, which does not exist in the world of ACOTAR, is it the lost court that is lost, that ended up getting brought to and trapped in Lunathian, or in
Midgard?
in Midgard, excuse me. And is that the Dust Court? Because then I've got so much about the Dust Court.
Well, it's too late. So,
We only have a minute left.
Get it all out. Say it as fast as you can.
I've got nothing. I've got everything and I've got nothing. I gotta just stop. We just have to stop because we've got a minute left and I have to stop. I cannot continue. I hope.
Too many thoughts. I have too many things to say.
And yes, Amber says we can never talk about it again. I know that we're going to be talking about it probably in everything that I'm doing over the next 3 weeks. So I'm going to apologize, but also not apologize to you guys because you guys would be fucking fine with it.
I ain't sorry.
So thank you.
Thank you guys for spending this 2 hours with us on the countdown.
Yeah, this has been so exciting, and I
Should I see if it's available in my Kindle as it?
Subs!
Oh, we gotta say it. Thank you. We got so many new subs tonight, guys.
Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us tonight. Thank you so much for subbing. And I want to send out some shout outs to the people that subbed tonight. Thanks.
Shut it down. 10.
10. Oh no! I'm Absolutus, the Raven Queen, Only Watches, Hurricane Emily, Katie DeSecco, TMB 476, Cuddy McGill, Pippin No, Catherine Jones, Slime King, Hailstorm, Kind Emma, X Magus, Dr. Tibbets, Momo Canoe, thank you so much. Get the fuck out of here. Go read. Come back. Though, because LPN TV is going to be doing lots of fun things, and we love you guys so much. Have a great time reading. Mazel to us all. We made it.
I'm refreshing my Kindle. I'm waiting for it to show up.
Light it up, bitches. Light it fucking up. It's not in there, Natalie. It's not in there.
There's a lot of really weird spun-related books mixed with the erotica.
All erotica. Yeah. You don't want to look at my Kindle.
No!
I'm not sharing it with anyone.
Guys, it's going to be anticlimactic because I don't know if it's coming.
It might not be coming. It might not be. I mean,
we gotta get on a flight to New York right now.
Do I have to wait until tomorrow? No!
You think you're better than me just because you're over there and I'm over here?
Everyone in the Eastern Standard Time, enjoy it. We'll be there soon. We're gonna be there so soon.
Mine's not coming.
Everybody gets it at the same time, I think.
Does everybody get it?
It's not showing up.
Let's do another 3 hours.
Another 3 hours! We could. I've got the theories for it.
I gotta order pizza or something.
Yeah, we should probably eat since we've been drinking wine now. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Enjoy the read, and we'll be back with ACOTAR this week. Don't you worry.
Come on.
Love you guys so much. Thank you so much.
Bye. Where's my book?
Natalie's now obsessing, and I will be too in just a minute.
Oh, what am I gonna do? I'm so hot. I can lick my own dick.
Put some sprinkles on
Oh,
it.
Nicola.
Put some sprinkles on it.